Of course it adds up. But if you like, you plan out your meals, like I'll have salmon, I'll make a stew, which lasts me like 2 days, like a chuck roast. I make a lot of soups and steaks. Like those really, it does not add up in the way that people think it adds up. And like rice is really cheap. Beans are really cheap. Like you just get shit in bulk. Grains are really cheap in general. Like you have oatmeal, like oatmeal can be great if it's like really simple and organic, you know, like I think we've made it so we've gone down the pipeline so far that people really have enjoyed the propaganda so much that it's so expensive to eat healthy that people don't even try anymore.
Yeah,
like we've just ingrained it in our heads that it's so expensive. Like don't even bother like looking at the comparison because it's just so expensive when like even getting a Happy Meal today is like at least $10. $10 a meal. I could make 2 meals for $10.
Exactly. I could feed me and my fiance almost all day on $10.
Yeah, with just like, ground beef and avocados, you know, and I'm getting like all the nutrition that I need. So yeah, I think that's a lot of the propaganda too, is when you have a bunch of these like Western RDs that are telling people it's expensive and you can't do it and you have no time to cook and you are less fortunate and you don't know how to do, like you don't know how to cook well because they're not teaching you. Like you're just making people feel really dumb. Honestly, like it's offensive how dumb you're making people feel.
Well, and they make up a lot of stories too. I had this one woman, they're always white. I'm just going to say it. It's always white women that are making these comments. And this woman wrote out this wildly long comment about how, I don't even remember what the video was, but she was talking about how, well, how dare you talk about healthier options, Courtney, because some people don't even have refrigerators. Yeah. And I sent it to a friend of mine and he was like, bro, he's like, what? Like
you're telling people they don't have, like, I feel like that's also just a portion of like racial profiling. Like you're just assuming that, but somebody lives like less than you, that they don't have all the like basic necessities. Even Albanians, dude, like I come from an immigrant household. Like we didn't grow up eating crazy food. Like my mom and my dad always cooked like Albanian food. And it was my dad, I remember him telling me growing up, like a sweet treat for him was bread with sugar. Like he would put sugar on it and that was like a sweet treat. And like Albanians, especially, and I'm sure a lot of like immigrants can relate, a lot of the meals that we made were usually flour, water, and egg. And they found a way to make like 30 different meals just from those 3 things. Yeah. Like almost every Albanian base food is like flour, water, and egg. Like my mom can make like 5 different types of breakfast just with those 3 ingredients. And then whatever they had extra, which was like meat, or it would be like spinach or cheese, then they would like add that in. And now you have like 20 different meals. So like literally just being an immigrant in general has made us so much more resilient when it came to like, just because you were living in poverty didn't mean you didn't have nutrition. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad came from literally nothing in Albania going through the war and stuff. And like the stories that he would tell me that like they always just had food because his mom just was so versatile with the things that she had. It was a privilege to be able to eat out. Yeah. You know, where today now we're telling people that it's a privilege to cook at home. Which is, it's like so, it's become so opposite. Yeah. And again, I do blame a lot of it on just the way that our system has been built, but it's been built like that on purpose. I mean, I showed you the video I made on the Victory Gardens, which was like from World War II, where even the White House had a garden because they were trying to ration all the food. And they said, okay, well, we're all struggling with the war. A lot of our fresh food is going to, you know, war-ridden, like where the war is, where soldiers are. So if people want to make food, you have to grow a garden. And like so much of the United States used to be gardens. And then once, you know, Chef Boyardee and like Nestle came around, it was actually the Spaniards and really like the Black Americans like living in America that were maintaining the gardens. And it was more of a privilege to be able to get canned and ready-made food in America. Like for like the upper white class. Yeah, because that's how it was. To see that change over the past couple of decades is like the most heart-wrenching thing. And it's just unfortunate that like, I don't know if we'll ever be able to like flip it again, but I know that like now with this movement, which has never happened before, it might be a possibility. Like this might be a real thing that could happen for us, where we can see this completely change, where it's no longer a privilege to be able to just make a meal at home and it's cheaper than going out, you know, like we might be able to do that. And yeah, I just think people aren't like in touch with a lot of like the reality of like what it means to, especially like I said, I'm coming from like an immigrant household. Like my parents would be like, we can't eat out because we can't afford it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that's how I grew up. Like, I wasn't, all my friends were like, let's go to McDonald's, let's go to pizzeria. My parents were like, we can't afford that. Like, we have food at home, you know?
and what's amazing about that is that you may have not even realized that at the time, but you were actually eating so much healthier than your friends.
Yeah, for sure. And at the time, I'm like, I want pizza, I want McDonald's. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the time, you're probably like, oh, like I feel so poor and like a loser because all my friends are going to McDonald's. I had a similar story, a little bit different. I don't come from an immigrant family, but one of my best girlfriends growing up would go to Burger King. Like almost every single night, her parents would take her to Burger King and she'd get all the toys.
So she's rich.
Exactly. And my mom has always been very into nutrition. And so I would beg her. Like, you remember when McDonald's started having like Beanie Babies? And
oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God.
Those were the best.
I was like, I need all the Beanie Babies. I want to collect them all. And my mom was like, no, like I'm making you food at home. And I fought her and I fought her. She still brings this up, like probably once a month, where she's like, hey, remember when you wanted McDonald's and Burger King every night and I didn't let you? Aren't you glad now? And it's so funny. You're so right. It's completely flip-flopped, whereas now it's considered a privilege to just be able to cook and eat at home. And look, I know that we're going to get some pushback from people saying it's about the convenience, but the convenience is killing us. And I get it. But it's at a certain point, we have to recognize and realize that the convenience is actually killing us.